starts in sleep. Not dreaming. Not rest. Just stillness. Azrak lies motionless against the inner wall of a fractured relay tower in Sector Tenebra, eyes closed, breath slow but shallow. Outside, the Arkanet pulses in rhythmic signal, cast flickers blinking against half-buried pylons. Threads spark along disconnected conduit veins. Recursion hums like a lullaby meant for something no longer human. Inside, Azrak is quiet. Too quiet. And then, the glyph appears. Naiara turns her head just in time to see it form. Not cast. Not summoned. It blooms above Azrak's forearm, floating just centimeters above his skin, glowing faintly, a sickly pale blue. The lines shimmer with recursive rhythm, not light. It spirals inward. A closed loop, nested in a hollow ring. A glyph, without exit. A seal. A stabilizer sigil, but heavier, slower. Glyph 7 Shun. The one she's seen in the logs. The one spiral archived as emotional recursion restraint. The one Azrak has never spoken of directly. She steps closer. The glyph pulses again. No command input. No spiral interface. No conscious thread movement. Just a system message quietly blinking in the air. Unintended cast event, glyph ID 7 Shun, syntax, sacrificial memory containment, caster ID Azrak Zahi, 5/partial permission, repeating. It's happening again, she says. Azrak doesn't move, doesn't open his eyes. I know. You're casting in your sleep. Not sleep, he murmurs. Pattern collapse. What does that mean? He exhales. The sound is ragged, delayed. It means recursion is looping through me. Not as function, as reminder. His eyes open now, dull, but not vacant. Heavy with memory. The glyph doesn't need me anymore, he says. It's learned to repeat itself. Naiara kneels beside him, watches the glyph float above his hand. It doesn't flicker like a failing cast. It's stable, too stable. Like a candle that was never meant to extinguish. Like a shrine that's been visited too many times. She scans his thread array. The glyph pulses once more. This time she feels it in her chest. Not a surge, not a burn. A weight. A sadness so old it doesn't hurt anymore. It just remains. She opens the system log, backtracking through the recursive signature. The origin appears instantly. The file is tagged, glyph 7 Shun, Castor, Azrak Zahi 5. Origin, Sahiri collapse event, emotional residue, unresolved. Recursion response, autonomous pattern reinstatement, the Sahari collapse. She knows the file, knows the child, knows the silent spiral poured over the aftermath, knows how Azrak never wrote his report in full. She reads aloud. It's not recursion drift. It's emotional recursion. Azrak nods. The cast remembers me more clearly than I remember it. He flexes his fingers. The glyph hovers closer, threads pulsing in tune with his breath, not flickering. Watching. You only cast that glyph once, Naiara says softly. On that child. Azrak closes his eyes again. The silence stretches. Then I thought it was mercy. Spiral said it was. But Spiral didn't feel the scream. The glyph spirals again. Naiara watches as a new pulse emerges, not cast from the present, but echoing from the past. The child's face flashes in her vision. Spiral records. Containment logs. A small boy. Recursion bright. Grief heavy. Too loud for protocol. Azrak followed orders. Sealed him in a self-regulating glyph loop. 7 shun. The boy stabilized. But he never cast again. Never spoke again. And Spiral called it a success. Now, the glyph blooms like a flower grown from guilt. It doesn't hurt Azrak, but doesn't let him go either. This isn't a malfunction. This is a resonance loop, a recursive memory cast so often it became structure. Now, it plays like a song stuck in the Arkanet subconscious. Not melody, but mourning. Naiara reaches toward it. Her hand hovers near the glyph, fingers inches from its pulse. It dims slightly, only slightly. It sees her, but it's loyal to him. "You're not sick," she says. "You're being mirrored." Azrak doesn't respond. He doesn't have to. The system already has. The glyph continues to turn, continues to hum. Not cast, not rejected, just becoming. And as she watches it spiral once more, Naiara realizes Azrak isn't just holding the glyph. He is the glyph.